Welcome, everyone, to Beaver Stadium, nestled in Bucolic State College and home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, and one of the loudest, most passionate crowds you'll find anywhere in college football. Today, a top 25 matchup on hand, two of college football's premier teams preparing to square off. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. He'll bring it out. It's Singleton. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. First down here for the offense. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Discards a man. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Just a simple power play, power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth-quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
Third down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. Wants to throw. It's Allard. He's got him in the flat.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
He's got it, and they convert. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Moving away from pressure. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised. And initially, he's flushed out of the pocket. Nothing's open. And he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
The Nittany Lions have this offense rolling. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Showing off that power as he plows ahead to the 38.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
He's right on target. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Looking to throw, it's Allard. Quick strike complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
Get set.
They'll try to get it through the air. Fires into the end zone. And that one's going to be knocked down, incomplete, and we have knocked out the first quarter. We'll start this second quarter with a field goal attempt. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. On first down, here comes this offense. They'll try the run. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Miller with the ball. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive, if he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to pass. It's Milroe. Fires to the wideout. He can't haul it in. Incomplete. He had him on the crossing route, and he dropped it. So on their first drive of the game, they're going to roll the dice a little bit and go for it on 4th down in their own territory. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
That's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Bought a little time, lets it go. With the catch, it's Singleton. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Flushed out of the pocket. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
Third and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. The sweet feet buy a little time. Complete out of the backfield. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
Now, 4th down. 6-9-1, Gators far.
The RPO fired complete to the left. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
No, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the 3s. We need 6s.
He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Several defenders there to get him on the ground. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They're going to run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So they take advantage of good starting field position, move the ball 35 yards. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Kickoff team has the ball teed up and they're about ready to go. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. One more snap coming before halftime. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Quarterback on the move, still looking. It's complete. A huge pickup. And he's out of bounds, but not before a good, sizable pickup, and that has been a rare sight in this one. And the Nittany Lions will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think then if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
To the air, it's Milroe. Throws to the wideout. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
On third down, he drops to throw. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
Hey, listen, it's not just the offense that makes adjustments at halftime. The defense does too, and that time maybe showing a little bit of a different look than what they did in the first half. Looked like they confused the quarterback. They're able to come away with a pick.
They'll start this drive with a pass. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a third and long. Trying to get to him. They're trying to get to it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Third and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. He need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
They showed this run in the first half, right? You saw it. They loaded up on this side, ran the football, had some success. What do they do in the second half? Pull some guys, run the counter the other direction to keep the defense off balance.
Dropping back, it's Allen. Give him 6. Touchdown, Penn State! They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. So they take over with great starting field position, moving 36 yards. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes that Alabama offense. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
The give to the back. At the 35, he's got room. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the tailback. Runs through a tackle. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And he can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
After the run, now to throw. Got his man quickly. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another play off here in the third quarter. After picking up a couple of first downs already on this drive, they'll snap it from close to midfield. Quarterback will audible. Motion from the offense. He'll come out throwing on first down. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air, it's Milroe. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Trying to take it back. Inside the 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. Out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
They couldn't draw up a better way to start a drive, and now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 41. Looking to move it through the air. They get to him as he throws. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Got some room to run. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Penn State!
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down.
And the Alabama offense will take over 1st and 10.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Wide open downfield. Got a lot of running room. The 20, the 10. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift, a late touchdown. And they'll try to tack on 2. Back to throw, it's Milroe. To the end zone, and it's picked off. The 50, the 40, the 30. He's at the 20. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Singleton. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long. So let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game. Take the W into the locker room.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And after taking a loss on that last run, a little bit of pressure right now for this offense on their own side of the field. They've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but this is a critical 3rd down that they have to convert. They don't want to give the ball back and put the pressure on their own defense.
Fires to the middle. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He lofts one down the sideline. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
Man, that takes some serious onions. Backed up inside your own 10, and you're going for it on 4th down. No dice, offense now set up an easy position to get a score.
With the run on 1st and goal. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment, because today, oof, it was not a good day.
Got it! That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown time!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Looking to throw, it's Milroe. He's got it, so they convert the 2 and keep just a flicker of hope alive, down 2 possessions. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass.
Set to kick this one away.
Coming out with it, it's Singleton. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Defense still has a couple of timeouts here, David, but the offense ought to have things well in hand.
Well in hand, make them use their timeouts. Them only having 2, Palmer, they're not getting back in this game unless I do something stupid.
Yeah, make them earn it. Doing something stupid would be throwing in completions right here and stopping the clock, letting the opponent keep their time.
And the quarterback is snowed under. Timeout called by the defense, and the clock is stopped with 18 seconds left. That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on 1st down. He's going to let it go. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And that comfortable lead they enjoy right now is not slowing down the aggression, not one bit.
Well, I think at this point the coaching staff is just trying to continue evaluating their own players, and I don't hate the mindset. If there's time on the clock, keep trying to score.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. He lobs one high down the left side. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. He'll take another shot here. Final pass falls to the turf, and that'll be the ball game. You're going to hear guys after this game say, got to work harder, got to be more intense. You know, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. And it seemed to me that's what happened out there today.
Yeah, just never really got into a rhythm for this team. There's no doubt they've got a lot of very talented players on both sides of the ball. So, David, I don't think this is a situation where they need to now freak out and try to reinvent things on either side of the football. Just being in better rhythm early and trying to find that in their next game, I think would go a long way.
Yeah, and it's just finding a couple of those plays. What do I do really, really well? Let's continue to build on that. Let's take away these negative plays. Let's take away these turnovers. How do we create more turnovers? I think that rhythm you're talking about, Jesse, finding those things that I do well, building on them, and doing more of them.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.